In our big spending consumer culture, advertisers are constantly competing for our attention.
You see adverts pretty much everywhere.
Radio.
Cinema.
On the side of buses.
Billboards.
Pop-ups. Football shirts. Magazines.
And every ad you see is the result of a targeted campaign. We reveal the big money involved in buying ad space.
It's going to cost them £57,000 for a 30-second advert.
The tricks of PR and where the future of advertising is headed.
The internet is full of exciting, energetic ideas which are just quickly conceived and then shot and then stuck online. If it doesn't matter, it doesn't care. Whereas TV just seems very ponderous.
In March 2007, the launch of the PlayStation 3 was a much-hyped event. But like all advertising campaigns, it didn't happen overnight. Heading up the whole operation was PlayStation 3's marketing director, Alan Duncan.
For something as big as the launch of PlayStation, what you didn't see there was just a huge amount of work, years of planning, you know, thousands of man-hours, and actually putting the campaign together that crystallised into one specific midnight opening at one specific shop in the country.
The media like to zone in, and rather than talk to the client, to PlayStation themselves, they like to talk to real people and get kind of what is actually happening out there on the street.
It was Rana Reeves who planned the midnight opening. He hooked in the interest of the press by using the eagerness of PlayStation fans to be the first to buy the console.
Luckily, around the launch, we had someone that queued up for 36 hours. He was very much an absolute lover of PlayStation, and we were able to work with him to talk to lots of different journalists about why he was in the queue and just about the adoration that he had around the console. Because at the end of the day, we need to create things that journalists will write about and that will sell newspapers.
New from Rimmel London.
Not only do big events make the headlines, but so do fashion icons and celebrities. By featuring Kate Moss in their slick and sexy commercials, makeup brand Rimmel capitalised on her appeal to their young female customers.
Get the London look.
New magnifies moustache.
But these ads are only a small part of a much bigger operation.
Right, we're here to look at this year's overall planning for Rimmel. And
the campaign's planning manager is Adam Skinner. It's his job to advise his client where to place their adverts to best reach their target customer.
For Rimmel, we're aiming at young women 18 to 24. So we found time and time again the best media mix for that is a combination of television and magazines, because these media build awareness very, very quickly in a very, very cost-efficient way.
This year, as well as TV and magazines, Adam's advising his client to invest in more online advertising.
Young women are spending a lot more time online, so we're trying to find a way to use online in the same way to raise awareness quickly and actually get people to go in and buy the product.
I think the most effective place for like Rimmel to advertise would be in a magazine, or an advert on the top of the Topshop website. Then that would be quite effective.
Every ad campaign has its own unique strategy. Nissan's head planner is Claire Marker, who worked on the launch campaign for the new Qashqai car.
Qashqai is Nissan's largest launch of 2007, so we needed to ensure that it was a high-impact, big bang launch.
In the competitive world of car advertising, it was crucial that Claire came up with big ideas that would stand out.
One of the key sites that we used was the London IMAX. This is a hugely expensive site. Advertisers would die to advertise on this site. We had mobile ad vans that ran the posters on either side of the van. We got them to ride around the local area, and again, it was just another way that we could bring the look and feel of the campaign to you.
But their trump card was something out of the ordinary, a stunt designed to physically bring the car to life. 2 graffiti artists and one of the cars were locked in a glass box by a major road for a whole week.
So we had hundreds of thousands of cars driving past this live ad, and if you think of the millions of drivers that there are in London, we reached a vast proportion of them in one of the busiest traffic flow areas of London.
Buying ad space is the biggest cost in a campaign. It's essential to get a price for this that won't break the client's budget.
So it's a media agency's role to negotiate the money that is involved in buying the advertising space, whether this is the TV airtime or whether it's the magazine pages. And it's huge money that's involved and does require specialists.
Simon Prindeville is a TV buyer. He negotiates with TV stations to get the best ad breaks for his clients.
So can you get back to me for 12:30, yeah? Because I need to speak to our client quickly now about this. TV still remains the biggest and best vehicle for advertising your product. Every year they spend around 3.3 billion on TV, and it's the place where clients actually want to be. They want their product to be seen and to be heard by the viewers.
Because of the large sums of money that clients invest in TV buying, there's big pressure on people like Simon.
Well, it needs to be first, because we're down on our first in breaks on this. Depending on time of day, if it's in peak, which is seen between 5:30 and 11 o'clock each night, then it's going to be more expensive than other times of the day. Simple reason being that people will be either at work or they'll be at school during the day, and they're going to be viewing more TV during the evening.
The best slot for Simon to place an advert is in the middle of a show, when people are less likely to switch channels and more viewers will see it.
If you're watching the TV programme, if it's something that's really interesting to watch and you don't want to miss a bit, then you'll sit and watch the breaks to wait for the next bit, particularly like in the middle.
Or something.
Yeah, whereas if it's just at the end, then you usually flick over the channel because you're not waiting to see the next part of the programme.
A peak time show such as Dancing on Ice, which regularly pulls in 8.5 million viewers, is the sort of environment that advertisers want to be in. However, if they want to be in a centre break within that show, it's going to cost them £57,000 for a 30-second advert.
Choosing where the adverts go is also important with magazines. Media planners like Adam Skinner work hard to get the best ad positions for their clients.
Within the magazine, there's quite a big difference in terms of the price for different slots within the magazine. For this one, as you can see, we've bought on a right-hand page. Right hand tends to be considered better than a left hand simply because your eyes tend to be drawn, in this case Kate's here on the right hand page, so your eyes tend to be drawn to the right hand page as you flick through.
You always flick from the front, the back, rather than the back to the front.
I flick from the back to the front.
Normal people flick from the front to the back, so you'll see the right hand panel.
And the other thing we can do, which we've done here, is to look for relevant features or articles within the magazine that may have a relevance to the actual advert. So here we've got Rimmel's Cool Matte Mousse Foundation, which is next to an article about skincare, so you can see it's a direct relevance for the consumer.
So it's crucial for companies to be strategic with their ad space planning.